as someone I've watched a lot of Sunshine over this last year. I think Mario Sunshine has been kind of one of those speed games this last year that's really taken off. Yeah, they're about to start here. A little file mishap right there.
Yeah, so they do reset timing. If they did file select timing, it would be the same. But Chan-nabe takes the lead.
That's great. But like I was saying, I think Sunshine really it had a very good year for the speedrun community. I think it was a very big speed game this year.
Oh yeah,
you know?
yeah. I would say that we grew the most of any community this year.
I would agree with that. I would totally agree with that. And so I've watched a lot of it. And Eel is like the thing that trips everybody up on all their runs. I've noticed.
Eel is pretty hard at first. And then you once you learn how the eel works, it goes from being like a run killer and terrifying shine to actually being a really fun shine, in my opinion. But then once you upgrade from what most people consider the pro strats to the actual fastest strats, which save another 5 seconds, this is an NA%, it becomes really hard again because you try to trigger the eel to eat you as fast as possible, and then while you're getting out of the mouth, you're still spraying teeth. So it gets really hard. Yeah. Hoverless, it's a little bit different. The problem with eel and hoverless especially is that if you get too low in the mouth, the eel actually goes up again, and you have to exit area and redo the level because you can't get up there, and you can't spray up there. So that's a really big issue. And in addition to that, there's RNG where the amount, normally how much the eel goes, or normally the eel won't go down at all. But in hoverless, you actually abuse the eel going down so you can clean more teeth. And after he goes down, the amount he spins is like RNG, and yeah. so there's the position he's in and the length of time you wait for him to spin. And sometimes you can just get in a lot of trouble because the teeth won't be sprayable from the bottom. But yeah.
Yeah, I heard someone's kind of compare hoverless, it's like the Kaizo category of Sunshine, you know?
Yeah, yeah, I would definitely say that.
Yeah.
That Leviton in the chat is a top Sunshine runner, but he's Japanese, so he doesn't speak much English. But yeah, so as always, there's the intro and stuff. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can explain. The hoverless route is pretty different from any percent, actually. A big reason for that is because we can't get up to the shine gate without the hover nozzle. So instead of using the rocket nozzle to get up there, as most people would expect, we actually, when we unlock Yoshi after going to Pinup Park, we eat the pineapple on top of Serena, but we don't enter Serena. We actually use Yoshi to get on top of the shine gate, which it saves a bunch of time instead of chasing Shadow Mario a second time.
Yeah, nobody's got time for that.
Yeah, they wear masks because in Japan it's really, they just don't show their face on the internet. That's a big thing about the Japanese speedrunning community, at least. So yeah, they're really cautious about that, which makes sense. I'm a little sad though. I wanted to know what Chan-nabe looked like.
It's always people don't realize you get really close to people in your speed community. You know, you legitimately do. They become your legitimate friends, but a lot of times you've never actually seen their faces. You know,
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Another thing about this run, by the way, is there's no gelato skip. At least not yet. People are actually currently working on a hoverless gelato skip. So, well, there's no gelato skip in that you can't skip all of gelato with it. You can't just go straight to gelato 8 and then gelato 7. So they actually do gelato 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then in 6, because that's the first mission with Yoshi, they use a Yoshi glitch that's exclusive to JP. And they clip into the shine gate into the shine area with Yoshi. So yeah, and it only saves like 10 seconds, so they might not even do it. Last time I watched Zelpiku Kirby, who's the best at hoverless, he is sub 130 without the hover nozzle. He just got the red coins on Gelato 6 instead of using Yoshi for the clip. So, yeah. Actually, in my PB, I lost 30 seconds to that clip. It's really hard. So yeah. But yeah, we're actually getting pretty close to the end of the cutscene. Sunshine has like an intro, but especially in marathon runs, it's not that bad because once you get past the 3-minute cutscene, it's pretty much solid gameplay for the rest.
Yeah, that is like the one downfall I would say of Sunshine is the intro.
I would actually argue that the downfall to Sunshine is RNG and not the intro, especially this category.
Who doesn't love them some good RNG, man?
But yeah, this category has like almost twice as much RNG as any percent, because you add in. I'll point it out when we get there, but this category has a ton of RNG, and it's just not that fun. But yeah, Zelpiku Kirby has world record with 129.17. Chan-nabe has a low 131, and I also have a mid 131. But the two of us haven't submitted our PBs to the leaderboards. His because it's brand new, and mine because I forgot to highlight it before the VOD disappeared.
Bring back that VOD.
Well, literally, I beat the world record with my PB, and then like 2 hours later, Zelpiku uploaded his sub 130 world record, which was like a minute and a half faster than mine.
Like, ah.
Yeah, so I was like, all right, I guess I gotta beat this, but then I got bored and never did, and forgot to highlight it. So yeah.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, here they go. So without the hover nozzle, the movement is a little bit slower because you don't get to hover slide everywhere. But it's a lot more difficult. So it really, people say this is a lot more like SM64, and aside from the RNG, it's definitely true. At least like how the movement works. So yeah. And yeah, I've never heard of the other player either. I think it's possible that it's Yu Tapun, but I'm not sure.
This that file skip has really been killing him here so far in the first 8 minutes, you know, like the file miss, like
yeah, dude, because it's all pretty much an auto scroller up to this point. But okay, so actually coming up, there is a hard little quick kill on Shadow Mario where you like slide in the goop right up to him and do a spam spray, which is a big shotgun spray. I'll explain that later. And if you get it, it saves 2 seconds. I don't know if they do it in hoverless. They probably do. Oh, they both went for it. At least Chan-nabe did. And he didn't get it. So because Chan-nabe went for it and missed, he actually is going to lose 10 seconds because he has to wait. You'll see how much longer on the left Chan-nabe has to wait. But he gets to stand under the banana, and that's what's really important. I actually did the same thing in my last GDQ run.
So right there, lead change already.
Yeah. So yeah, this level is actually really hard because so in Bianco Hills, normally we do a hover slide at the start, which makes the movement start a lot faster. So starting it with a spam spray like they are is actually a lot harder. And in addition to that, on this level, they have to like really work with the spider because without the hover nozzle, it's really hard to get up to the platform where they do the windmill. And Chan-nabe is doing new movement. I've never seen that before, but that is definitely faster. Already wowing me, dude. But yeah, these wall kicks are significantly harder without the hover nozzle. What's the other guy's name again? That's not good.
It is our other runner is Yuki-usagi.
Okay, Yuki-usagi.
Yuki-usagi. Yeah, Yuki-usagi.
Which means a snow rabbit.
So Yuki-usagi's on the right and Chan-nabe's on the left.
Okay. So yeah, so Yuki-usagi got in there, no problem. I didn't actually see Chan-nabe, but he's not that far behind, so I would assume that he also got in there pretty well. That's good, because you can lose a lot of time on the first shine Like, it's really hard to do those wall kicks up there without the hover nozzle, because you need to like get a very specific angle to get up there. Normally we can just like kind of aim away from it and go. And Chan-nabe seems really nervous. He's making a lot of mistakes he wouldn't normally make. But hopefully he calms down a little bit. Yuki-usagi. I'm just gonna call him Yuki.
Yuki-usagi.
Would that be rude to call him Yuki?
You know what? I don't know. I am notorious for butchering pretty much everyone's name. So, like, it's
right.
like, yeah. I mean, that's what you get when you sub to me. I'm gonna mispronounce your name. So, it's
Yeah, I guess
no different
I'll call
here.
him Yuki-usagi.
Beyonce boy.
Beyonce. It would be my own fault for misspelling it.
That wouldn't be the worst name, honestly. That would probably work.
Yeah, I would say that Bianco Hills is pretty broken in the tasks, but everything is broken in the tasks. And there's no hoverless tasks, but there is a work in progress one that's like really, really fast. And he only went up to Pianta, but they actually do Pianta early in the tasks, which is pretty sweet, instead of using Yoshi to do it. Man, I hope they fix the capture card for Yuki-usagi. Oh, so Yuki-usagi just did a glitched wall kick dive. That's one of the techniques I was talking about before. It's really hard to get up there without the hover nozzle. In fact, to do this route, normally you would actually need to use the spider. So you'll see Chan-nabe doing one now. A glitched wall kick dive, and then a little movement like that. There's a lot of like awkward movement like that you have to do to get around not using the hover nozzle. But it's very like difficult, which is what makes it really cool. And yeah, Yuki-usagi messed up in the secret a little bit, but Chan-nabe did a good job. No Japanese doo-doo-doo crew. That's a shame. So yeah, they're gonna do a thing called travel skip coming up, and it's a very simple thing. All it does is they unlock Rico Harbor, and then instead of like just waiting for Rico Harbor to come up, they enter Bianco Hills again before Rico Harbor the cutscene of Rico Harbor coming out of the ground happens. So yeah, it actually looks really funky, and it saves 10 seconds by playing 2 cutscenes at the same time. People used to say that it was faster because it like saved the travel time from Rico back to Bianco, but that's not true. It saves the time because it plays 2 cutscenes at once, which makes it kind of funny that they call it travel skip instead of just calling it like Rico Harbor cutscene skip or something. And they both got it. Nice. This level has some of the coolest hoverless movement. Yuki-usagi messed up a little bit in the start, but the starting movement in Bianco Hills is really hard. There's like 2 ways to do it, and neither is very ideal. Let's see how Chan-nabe does. And there's a glitched wall kick. I'm gonna watch Chan-nabe because he's pretty fast with this, so I'll explain what he's doing while he does it. They're still not using the strat I made here.
Man,
I'm angry.
They're throwing shade at you.
Yeah, dude. Oh, okay. He did one strat I made, but then he messed it up and he fell down. Oh, God. So yeah, getting up there without the hover nozzle is very difficult.
Yeah.
And you'll see he just messed up a glitched wall kick. This is like the least marathon friendly run you can do for Sunshine, because not only is it very RNG heavy, like way more so than the rest, it's also like much more difficult, and you can make like lots of mistakes. So yeah, they did pretty basic movement there, but it was still pretty fast. And it looks like they're a little bit closer now, probably like 6 seconds apart. Yeah, you can do blooperless and hoverless. It's not as much faster, but yeah. So yeah. Coming up next is Petey. This is the first instance of extreme RNG. There's actually a lot of luck on Bianco too as well, because the spider is a lot more strict, like the positioning of it, and that position is luck. But yeah, this level has some pretty sweet movement. You're gonna see you're gonna see like a really cool, hopefully a really cool spin jump to get up there. Oh, okay, he did the safe strat. Let's see about Chan-nabe. So you'll see that he like missed that spin jump, and the reason for that is there's a bunch of kinds of spin jumps in Sunshine. There's not just like the regular spin jump. There's like a spin jump, and then there's like a buffered spin jump where you like walk a couple steps, like you spin before landing, then walk a couple steps and jump. So you get a little more height that way. And then you can also do we don't really have a name for it, I guess. It's sort of like a momentum spin jump, where you like, if you roll out on a slant in this game, Mario runs really fast, and you can use that to get, you can use that momentum with a spin jump to get a lot of distance on it and height. But also there's like a sort of extension of that where you can like do kind of a looser spin input where Mario like kind of walks in a circle before he does it instead of just spinning as fast as you can, and he'll get a lot more height. And it's actually impossible to get up to that PD spot without doing one of those. So that's why they did the kind of loose spin jumps, and you're going to see a few of those later. Looks like Chan-nabe is getting really good luck here. Well, above average luck. I didn't see what Yuki-usagi got with his first spot, but if he doesn't go over the wall here, it's good. Oh, okay. They both got pretty good luck here. Probably like 10 seconds off the best RNG for both of them, which is not bad in Sunshine.
Hey, good marathon RNG is always appreciated.
Especially with this category. But yeah, actually, there was one RNG thing that was really dumb and like saved or lost 10 seconds, but I'm pretty sure that Japan found a setup to avoid that RNG. That doesn't actually lose any time either, so yeah. And also, early Yoshiga round is no longer RNG. So yeah, a lot less RNG now in Sunshine at least, but
yeah, it seems they're about a 12-second difference right now.
Okay. Yeah, and high 17, that's probably like 40 seconds behind world record, but that makes sense because they had some difficulties at the start. Hoverless also has some very strict timing, so if you're gonna run hoverless, like switching TVs can be a real problem, because you need to like sometimes to get pretty much to get maximum height from a glitched wall kick, you actually need a firstie, which is a first frame wall kick, and then you also need a first frame jump after pressing Y. So you have to like press Y a frame before you hit the wall, and then press A exactly the frame you hit the wall, or you won't get enough height.
I really appreciate how you guys have literally named everything.
Well, the glitched wall kick name makes sense. And firstie I just stole from SM64, so cut me a little bit of slack.
You know, I appreciate. I am someone who appreciates a name for literally every little skip that's out there.
In 2016, at the start, everything was named the B-Boy skip, and now everything is named the Dida skip or Dida strats because you see them do it first. But yeah, so they're gonna actually do Gelato 1, which is a really fun level, and you never get to see it anywhere because we always skip it in every other category. Well, in any percent. But yeah. Oh, he's due. Oh, and he died. That's they're pretty much exactly tied now. That's sick. Yeah. Oh man. Chan-nabe taking back the lead, and they're doing weird
another
strats.
Death.
Uh-oh. They're playing without a memory card too. That's kind of worrisome in this category. Well, it's not that the secrets are any different. It's just like, I don't know. Oh my god, he stops doing his dives. As long as he's safe, that's good. It's a marathon run, so just don't game over, man. I wish I knew who this other runner was. I'll have to ask Leviton. He'll probably know.
Would you consider the floodless bonus levels, like those? Would you consider those kind of the hardest parts of the game, or at least of the run?
Actually, we call those secrets. So whenever I say a secret, that's what I'm referring to. But yeah, it depends on the secret. Some of them are really hard. Some of them are really easy. Gelato 1 is pretty easy. But yeah, like Noki 6 obviously is known for being really difficult. Stuff like that. Okay, so Gelato 2 is, in my opinion, like the worst shine in this entire category. Because not only is it boring, filled with cutscenes, does it start with a lot of text boxes, but then there's the RNG where these guys are, and a lot of it. Like, you can lose like 40 seconds to that. And in addition to that, the movement of the mirrors is also luck. So you can see like, you could see there he had to like wait for the mirror to turn so that he could jump onto it without the hover nozzle. So yeah, this level really sucks. Fortunately, it's early in the run, but hopefully they get the same luck here because it can be pretty bad. See, now he has to wait for the mirror. Please, mirror, what are you doing? Oh my god, this is the worst I've ever seen it.
Oh man.
Oh my god. And then also, this second mirror, for some reason, they have to be like touching on the other side or they won't fly off. So like even this, it's kind of iffy whether or not they'll go off. So yeah, really, this level sucks. I hate this level.
Yeah, I think you just saw it right there on Yuki's.
Yeah, it's okay. He'll be fine this time around. And with that, Chan-nabe takes a pretty good lead. So yeah. Fortunately, neither of them fell down. If you fall down here, you can lose a lot of time because, like, once again, no hover nozzle and you have to get back up there. And also, the glitched wall kick they did to get onto that center platform while Chan-nabe is getting quacked. That glitched wall kick to get up there is one of the ones that requires 2 first frame inputs, or it won't work. Maybe it's a little easier with the loose spin jump, but at least one of them has to be a first frame, I'm pretty sure. And yeah. Also, getting quacked. Those things on the beach we call cataquacks. So when you get quacked, you get flung into the air. Yeah. So the rest of Gelato Beach is pretty much... Well, it used to be an auto-scroller. Now that I think about it, not anymore. Hopefully they do the fast strats on Sandbird. That would be so sick. You will see. But yeah, this level is really easy. In 120 shines, we get blue coins during it, which makes it a lot more fun. But you'll see he waited until Wiggler completely stopped moving. And the reason for that is that's a manipulation to make sure he goes the fast way for the second and third hit. If you ground pound him too early, he goes a different direction, which is slower. And the music is always the same on this level, so people often intentionally... Or people often use like the music as their cue to when to spray the thing. Yeah, fast strats on Sandbird are really cool. In 120 shines, we do it with the rocket nozzle, but in hoverless, we actually use the turbo nozzle and a glitch with that. I really hope they do it. Oh, Chan-nabe missed the timing on that. That's really bad.
That gonna cost him?
I don't know why he's staying here. You're supposed to go back to the first plant. Hopefully he gets it. But yeah, that's minimum 30 seconds lost when that happens. Okay, he got it. Another issue with this is it's possible that he could have gotten unlucky and the spot he had to ground pound was underwater. But yeah. 120 shines is not doable hoverless. There are 4 blue coins you can't get, and they are they're the underwater ones in the eel area in Noki 4. And the reason for that is that they spawn above you, so there's no way to get up to them underwater except to hover up there, unfortunately. So yeah, and here we go, the Sandbird. This level is like pretty easy and pretty much an auto scroller, unless you do the fast strats. And the fast strats save literally like over 30 seconds. I think it's like 32 seconds. When I first did these strats, I got a 32-second gold. So here we go. I'm really hoping they do it. It looks like... Yo, it looks like they're both doing it. Let's go. Okay, there is a very high chance that they mess this up. This is like pretty hard, and they seem a little nervous.
I like that. That's excitement, though.
Yeah. And you'll see that little Y turn thing. I'll explain that after this. So, the way this works is they're gonna get the red coins as quickly as they can, and just like how we have this thing called rocket storage, which a lot of people know about, where if you cancel a rocket by like landing right before it goes, you store your upward momentum. So they're gonna go into sidestep so that they don't move, and they're gonna charge the turbo nozzle while looking up, right? So right now they're building up speed to go up, but they're not moving because of the oh, okay, they both got it. They're not moving because they're in sidestep. And then they have to use the life to refill their water, because lives refill water, and it works out perfectly that they the life is there. And they both got it. That's sick. So yeah. And then they sidestep off the ledge. If they walk instead of sidestepping, it kills all their momentum. But because they sidestep off the ledge, it just releases all that momentum and they rocket upwards. So yeah, we normally do that with the rocket nozzle, but in hoverless, you can't use the rocket nozzle on this level, because to use the rocket nozzle, you have to do Gelato 5. And you can't do Gelato 5 before Gelato 4 without Gelato Skip. Which you can't do without the hover nozzle. So yeah, that thing alone is like, makes hoverless worth it. That trick is so cool. And they're still really close.
Yeah, half hour in nearly, and we are, I mean, seconds away.
Yeah. So this level is completely an auto-scroller, and they give you like 40 seconds to get to the flag. They'll get there in like 15 probably. They might mess around. It's usually funny when they do. Oh, he got a life. Oh, he can't get it. Good thing he's a speedrunner. And Chan-nabe's messing around. He got the rocket nozzle. They're just taunting Piantissimo. Poor guy. It would be really funny if one of them lost while they were messing around. Oh, and he got 1919. Dude, that's my year. Okay. Wow, 1919 and 3030.
I have to feel like that was both of them planned that. I have to feel like they both.
Yeah, but that means they both.
That's
got a
wildly
frame perfect
impressive.
trick.
Yeah. I like to feel that that was a frame perfect trick.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Those Japanese speedrunners. No wonder they're so good.
After that Swordmaster run, I would basically believe anything.
Yeah. So Chan-nabe didn't do a save warp. Which I'm not entirely sure why. The save warp saves like 4 seconds, I think. Well, actually, I don't know. The route that uses save warp saves, I think like 8 or 9 seconds between all of the save warps. And I don't know about Yuki. He did the save warp, I'm pretty sure, which saves some time.
Yeah, it's possible this could be an alias. It's possible we don't have this runner's real name.
Okay, I am going to go out on a limb here and say that Calf is right, and Yuki is actually Zelpiku Kirby, who's the record holder. Because the two best runners are both there, and Yuki did the save warps that Zelpiku found, and yeah. So I'm going to guess that that's Zelpiku Kirby. In fact, that guy was also on the Kirby Air Ride couch, I think. And Zelpiku runs Kirby Air Ride, so I'm gonna guess that's Zelpiku Kirby, the world record holder.
This is some good sleuthing we got going on right now. Like,
hang on, I actually took a picture of the couch. I'm gonna compare. Yeah, it's the same guy. That is definitely Zelpiku Kirby, 100%.
right there.
So yeah, that's Zelpiku Kirby.
So we're seeing 1 and 2 then in the world right now against each other.
Yeah. They're definitely the 2 best. Which is actually funny because the last time Hoverless was seen in a GDQ, it was me against Cathlon, and we were 1 and 2 in the world at the time. Which is pretty neat.
Yeah, this is awesome.
But yeah, Zelpiku is he's our Sunshine Tasser, and he's done some like crazy stuff. Yeah, did it? Zelpiku walks. I can't believe it. He hasn't been playing much, so that might be why he's doing it under an alias. Like he doesn't want people to know him. Maybe I shouldn't have outed him, but what's done is done. You can't live it.
It's done.
And with that, Yuki takes the lead. I'm gonna call him Yuki now. I like that mask command in Nightbot. But yeah, that's actually really cool. Yeah, they're both really good at this. And
I mean, as you can see, it's about as close as you can be right now in a race.
Yeah, I would actually say neither of them are all that great at any %. I mean, they're good. Like Zelpiku has a 117.17, which is 17th place. And Chan-nabe has a 118.28 in any %. So those times are good, but they're not like the best any % runners. But Zelpiku has insane movement. He does some really crazy ILs at individual levels. And he also he's like our tasser, so he knows the game really well, and he's been the only guy who consistently runs hoverless. Like he runs hoverless more than any %. So yeah, he's a pretty good speed man, I'd say. Well, he's actually not on the leaderboards, Lumpy Water, for any %. He was embarrassed because his run got really good, so he took down the video. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't be saying that.
I feel like I feel like that was speculation, Bouncy Boy. I don't know. Like...
No. Actually, a Japanese runner told me that, so I believe it.
Oh man, we're getting. I tell you what, I feel like we just got all the juicy sunshine
all
drama.
the drama,
like, yeah, all the juicy sunshine news right here.
What you really should focus on, everyone, is the fact that he is the incredible tasser who's found a million strats. And I think he found 3 YG, which is what removed RNG from the pin of 5 skip. So, and he's found like a billion strats and all sorts of stuff. So he's also the main guy who makes hoverless strats. Okay, yeah, that is definitely him because he's doing the IL strat for pin of 3. This level is very technical, especially in hoverless. You'll see on the right screen right now, that coin is so hard to get. And let's see. This whole level is insane. Once again, oh, he messed up the input. So normally there, I'm talking about the right screen. Normally he would be doing a like one of the looser spin jumps where you like kind of let Mario walk around in a circle before he goes. But he actually he missed that. But the reason you would want to do that is because it gives you more height. And more height is really important there because Mario's supposed to hit his head on the grade above and then like fall backwards. So yeah, the reverse bonk is pretty sick. But yeah, he messed up a little bit, but the strats he was going for there save like probably 7 or 8 seconds. So, and I think he actually made the same cycle as Chan-nabe. So yeah. But yeah, they're still really close. There used to be a ton of luck in the pin of 5 skip, which you'll see after they do pin of 4. But I think Zelpiku found a way to do it with enemies instead. And that removes all the luck involved on that. And it also saves like 15 seconds or like 10 seconds over the best luck you could get. So yeah. On this level, they're going to try to, excuse me. They're going to try to ground pound all of them in one cycle so that they can get all the cutscenes at once. Because each turtle has an individual cutscene with it. And there's a little bit of downtime between ground pounding them and getting the cutscene. Unfortunately, Zelpiku missed one. So he's going to have to... Every extra cycle beyond the first loses 10 seconds. So he went for a faster setup that's less consistent. And as a result, he's not gonna... He lost like 10 seconds.
Which gives back the lead right there. We're now about a 2-second difference, I feel. No, never mind. Not gives back the lead, but... You guys are having way too much fun with this right now.
So
you're having
spam,
way too much fun with this.
That spam you're seeing in the chat, they're saying, "Oh, Masara desu," and if you just like how English speakers believe it says something like, "Oh, I'd love a," insert phrase. In Japan, they think it says, "Oh, Masara desu," and I think Masara is like a character on some TV show in Japan. So they, if you watch like a Sunshine stream there, whenever a really big streamer gets there, they spam that like whole phrase with all the W's a ton. So yeah, you probably saw a lot of that on the Japanese version of the stream, but I don't have it open, so. Oh, wow. Yeah, I would bet that because Zelpiku hasn't been playing, he's very rusty. And as a result, he's that's why he like died and ended up walking. And he's playing it safe here. He's actually doing pin of 5. And that's actually some of the coolest movement like ever. But yeah, and Chan-nabe is doing the skip that most people have probably seen by now. But pretty much you need to beat pin of 4 to unlock Yoshi, right? And then once you unlock Yoshi, you can use him to clip through here using one of those platforms. This is bad. One might despawn. Oh no, he didn't. Oh no. Okay.
Okay.
So Chan-nabe failed the skip, which is going to cost him a lot of time. But he didn't like lose his Yoshi or Zip, so he's good for now. I guess I'll explain it while he's doing it. He exited area. Oh no. Yes, monkey. It is. I'm pretty certain.
All right. So what happened? What happened here?
Okay, so the way that skip works, pretty much you skip doing pin of 5 because the pin of 6 secret is tied to the object that is inside of the park. And because you can see into the park, they actually load that object. But the thing is, the whole park is like not actually there. There's no grounds. And if you go over an area in Sunshine that has no ground at all, first of all, there's a giant invisible wall. And you can get into that invisible wall by sidestepping. But the thing is, if you sidestep the into an area without a ground, you just like warp downwards and die. So yeah, because of that, he has to get he has to use Yoshi, and he has to make Yoshi purple because Yoshi platforms go different directions depending the color he's on, and purple Yoshi platforms always go forwards. So he's gonna get 2 stews. The first is going to allow him to clip into the park, because if he just tries to go into the park through the center, he's in pin of 3, so it's just going to load the inside of the park. So he has to clip through this wall, which he's doing right now, and he's going to he puts it at the right height
on the right.
And a death. It's true. So get up there. Oh, nice. Okay, so the only way to get over this giant invisible wall once he clips is he has to make this platform, and he has to ride it. The reason he needs the orange fruit is because just casually to get into the secret, it needs to be orange Yoshi. So he throws the papaya through the loading zone into the park, and then he rides the giant platform into there. And yeah. So not too much time actually lost by Chan-nabe because Yuki died in the secret. So yeah, they're actually really close again. Awesome. But yeah, you actually saw the two different ways to do that. Hoverless pin of 5 is super cool, but that skip is also super cool. And it's kind of hard to understand, so sorry if I didn't explain that too well. But the gist of it is that you skip pin of 5 by using Yoshi in pin of 3 to get to the loading zone of the secret. So yeah. And actually, the original version of that skip done in Pinna 2 was largely discovered thanks to Cathalon, who was like an old any percent god, I guess you should say. he was the best any percent runner before, and then now Nindide is the best any percent runner by quite a bit. So yeah, and then so Yuki is going to ride, or he did another save warp out of Pinna. I don't know if Chan-nabe will do this. And this is kind of a problem because their routes might diverge here. Okay, awesome. So Chan-nabe did the save warp. So you're gonna see now they're gonna actually use Yoshi to unlock Serena, but unfortunately we need Yoshi to do something else. So they're not gonna go into Serena right away. They're actually gonna do Pianta, then Noki, then Serena. And this is the stupid 10-second RNG thing I was talking about before. Let's see if he gets it. I'm pretty sure that's a setup so that it doesn't get messed up. But pretty much randomly, Yoshi just like won't jump out of the sewer. And you like get stuck on top of the pad. So you have to like go all the way around. They both ate both the birds. Maybe that has something to do with the setup. I'm almost hoping it happens to Chan-nabe. Okay, it didn't. Just because you guys could see it. But yeah, otherwise you have to like go all the way around and use Yoshi differently, which really sucks. So yeah.
Now the chain chomps.
Yeah. These guys are kind of luck based. Each of them have like a couple paths they can go on. But you should never lose more than like 7 seconds to luck on this level. And unless you're doing the like super pro strats that only like 3 runners do, you only lose like 5 seconds if you get the worst luck versus the best luck. But a lot of people don't really know how to deal with the patterns, so they'll lose a lot more than that. So let's see. The last chomp is the important one. They both got bad luck on the last chomp, so same RNG here. Looks like Chan-nabe messed up a little bit, but
All right, looks like we got about I'm guessing 24 second difference it's looking like.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy how close this is because one of them didn't do a skip that saves like a minute 30. Or that saves like a minute 10 probably in this category, maybe a little more. And then the other one failed that skip and lost like 2 minutes. So yeah. This level, again, it doesn't matter how quickly you beat Piantissimo. There's no rubber banding, so you just kind of wait once you beat him. And yeah. The commentators, I'm Bouncy Boy, and
I'm Grand Pooh Bear.
Yeah.
I'm just hosting. I'm literally just here to be Bouncy Boy's support right now.
Grand Pooh Bear is the greatest sunshine runner of all time. But he felt bad because he didn't like taking away world records from kids. So
yeah.
He decided to let Nindide take over.
Yeah, I moved. I ventured out into the world of ROM hacks, so I don't have to hurt anyone's feelings anymore.
And now that you've said that on Twitch TV, your streaming career is actually over because you're about to get sued.
Don't worry, I've already blown my biggest night of my career on Twitch. It's already happened. And that's
I'll have to ask about that after this.
That's an old inside joke, and Feasel definitely got that one. So yeah.
I really wished I really wish that Yuki had used his regular name.
We're speculating. We don't know this for sure. We're sleuthing on that. We're highly
we know this
highly suspect.
I'm pretty sure we know this for sure, but
is it weird that makes the run even a bit more exciting that we have? It's like a mystery runner in some ways.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a really cool level. I kind of forgot about the commentary part. They're gonna use damage invincibility from getting hit to go over the lava, and then we normally hover to get up there, and instead, because it's hoverless, they have to do a very precise triple jump, which they actually both got first try. In an old world record, I lost like over 30 seconds on this. It's like a really hard trick. It's probably easier now than it used to feel, but so they do this triple jump, and then you can turn your momentum in this game where, like, if Mario is moving forwards, you can actually, like, if you go into first person and turn to the right, it actually, like, that momentum, you lose a little bit of it because you're not holding forwards anymore, but that momentum follows the front of Mario. So those Y turns are used a ton, and that's why glitched wall kicks work, because Mario just, like, turns towards the wall and then he jumps. So yeah, you see those Y turns a lot. That was probably the biggest example of one that I can think of right now in this category anyway. Yeah, so they hold on to the chain because they're actually pushing forward to make the chomp go a little bit faster. And it looks like it looks like Yuki missed the missed chain skip, but Chan-nabe got it, where you can, like, grab the chain from far away and kind of just, like, push him into the pool instead of having to pull. It saves like 6 or 7 seconds, which is pretty big. Yeah, the game audio is actually pretty... It's not all that good on the Japanese restream. I don't know what's up with their capture cards, but yeah.
They were saying they since the capture cards have been on for like 3 days straight, that it seems like they're starting to break down a little bit. So
yeah,
it's got a little got a little glitch on the top of the screen there on the right one. On our mystery runner's screen, yeah.
Yeah. Man, this mystery runner sure is good at hoverless. I wonder who it is. So this is another instance of hoverless having more RNG than any percent. Because you can't use the hover nozzle, it's really hard to do Yoshi skip. The TAS actually does it, but it would require like a frame perfect, like, million things in a row with like perfect positioning. It's not possible to do it as a human, at least not yet. So you'll see that they had to use Yoshi to get there, and the fruit Yoshi wants is luck, and you can lose a lot of time. Like, the worst fruit loses a lot of time over the best fruit because it depends how far you can throw them, or like how far you can throw them berries. So yeah, and then they'll ride Yoshi to clean that goop. It looks like, oh, Yoshi skip is a thing that we use the hover nozzle to do, which allows us to, well, okay, it allows us to skip using Yoshi to get into the secret. Also, Chan-nabe just got early cycle, so.
Taking the lead.
Yeah, so early cycle is a crazy every category of the game, pretty much. That chuckster, the last guy that throws you, he walks all the way around, and if he stops enough before you get there, you can have him throw you immediately. But if you get unlucky, he's gonna be past that corner, and you have to wait for him to walk all the way around. And it saves like 20 to 30 seconds. Like, it can save a ton of time. So yeah, he got a early cycle. That's pretty cool that you guys got to see that. It's a very low chance, probably like 20% chance that you get lucky enough to get it. And then it requires perfect execution, which is very hard. That level is actually a lot harder than people would expect. So yeah, really cool that he got it. This level has an in-game timer, and it's actually one of the most grinded levels, probably, like competitive individual levels. Yeah, Chan-nabe does some kind of old strats here. But the world record on this level is like 217.8 or something by Fetch 8763. And hoverless, that's probably not possible, but it's pretty close. Like, hoverless is only like a second slower on this. Just like little movement things you can't do. But yeah. And actually, I mispronounced his name. The actual way to pronounce that guy's name is so sorry about that. So he got a 207, not too bad. Usually I shoot for like a 211 or better. Oh my god. And the reason they're spraying these guys from as far away as possible is because it takes a little while for them to like get out of the goop before you can like clean them off. Like, they always do a little thing where they like wipe their face. And the men take like 3 seconds to do that, and the women only take a second. So yeah.
I feel there's a joke there somewhere that I'm not gonna make.
Is there actually like a sickness thing going around in Japan right now?
I think it's just commonplace.
Yeah.
For all sorts of different reasons. I think there's a multitude of reasons here, so it's definitely one of those things.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, Chan-nabe is ahead only because of early cycle. SMS is kind of an illness.
Yeah, walk right into that
triggered.
one.
I'm currently triggered.
Walk right into that one.
So yeah, so they just finished Pianta. There's only a couple areas left. I don't think I've explained this yet. To beat the game in Sunshine, you have to beat episode 7 in each world. And the reason for that is the Shadow Mario level in each world. So it doesn't actually require any blue coins and stuff. So whenever somebody says, oh, Sunshine sucks because you have to collect blue coins and blue coins suck, first ask them if they like Banjo-Kazooie. And then if they say that Banjo-Kazooie is great, ask them why. And they'll always say, oh, because a lot of the stuff is optional. But the truth is, blue coins are also optional. So you have every right to be triggered by people saying that. Just so you all know. And, oh, it looks like Chan-nabe is going to do Yoshi skip, or is going to do Gelato skip. So as I said before, this version of Gelato skip only saves 10 seconds. And it also kind of relies on the fruit he wants. Papaya, obviously, is the best fruit because well, I guess not obviously, but it's the best fruit because you can throw it from far away. So yeah, and they actually both got papaya. So this is a very difficult and very precise skip. They're gonna set the camera angle in a certain way and then try to clip Yoshi in as much as possible. Yeah, he wasn't close enough to the shine. There you go. Okay, that's one. This trick that lets you go through a ceiling above you when you dismount Yoshi is JP only.
Any other major differences between the two?
No, not really. There are some.
Tax.
The reason Japanese is the fastest is actually because it loads Delfino Plaza fastest. In this category, also, it saves 10 seconds because of that gelato skip. But yeah, and then the Italian version actually has the fastest text. And there's also...
Oh, wow.
Yeah. There's also a little thing you can do called like fruit storage that makes Italian the same speed as Japanese for any percent. And then also you have a higher chance of getting early cycle. I won't really get into why, but pretty much one guy you have to jump on his head in the Japanese version, and you don't in the Italian version. So you can get to the last platform a little Italian sometimes.
You don't really hear too many times where you want to play the Italian version of a game.
Yeah, it's kind of goofy. So yeah, so they both finished gelato. Once again, they're actually like very, very close, like 10 seconds apart, which is sick. This level, Noki won. They're going to use some glitched wall kicks, and this is actually probably the coolest level in terms of movement in the entire run. This is my favorite level in hoverless. The world record is 129.17 by Zelpiku Kirby, who we believe is the guy on the left, but he's going under a different name.
Hey, don't pull we into this, man. I'm not
Who
speculating.
Grand
I'm just
Pooh specifically believes
I'm just
is the guy
I'm just hosting, man.
Oh, did I say guy on the left? I meant guy on the right. But yeah. It's just a Grand Pooh Bear.
Yeah.
Ruined someone's desire for secrecy.
Ruin the anonymity. Anonymity?
Oh no, and Chan-nabe falls all the way down. Oh man.
Oh,
those are actually patented strats by me. We call those bouncy boy strats to fall all the way down on Pokemon. And Zelpiku Kirby is also... Oh man. Yuki is also falling down, but he made it. This level is extremely difficult. Like, the difference between like good execution and bad execution here is usually like 40 seconds. It's crazy how hard it is. Okay, cool. So Chan-nabe gets up there. Oh, he fell down. Okay. Okay, he got up. All of those glitched wall kicks are really hard because the walls are really high. So you need some like really good you need like some really like a lot of first frame inputs in a row, pretty much. But yeah. So coming up next, we have Noki 2, which is also a really cool level. Mostly it's just a clip. You skip a gooper blooper fight. So I'm gonna actually skip that and start talking about Noki 3 and 4, because those are coming up next, and they're this is Noki Bay, by the way. I know it says Mare Bay. It's kind of a shame that the names are different, because we always call them by their English names, but it's the Japanese names on the game. But yeah, so they're gonna do a little clip here that will save some time. It's actually kind of scary on hoverlists, a little bit more so, because you don't have like a safety net of being able to hover, because you need a lot of distance, so you need to dive at a good time. But for a good runner, this is kind of free.
Yeah. Way to jinx him, man.
Yeah.
Just way to jinx this coming up.
Say he's gonna run into this corner and go. Cool. Yuki gets it. So I'm going to start talking about Noki 3. Noki 3 is the underwater level where you actually get red coins, and they do it to teach you the underwater controls before eel. And it actually, there's one coin at the start of it. It's the second coin they're gonna get, and if you miss that coin, it's actually, you have to exit area and redo the level, because there's no way to get that coin without the hover nozzle. So this level is really scary. If you miss that, you lose like an entire minute, which really stinks. And then after that is going to be the eel, which is very RNG heavy, in that they need to like, the eel is normally completely controllable and honestly a fun level that's very skill based and very difficult. But in hoverless, there's a lot of luck to it, because you have to have the eel go down, and if the eel goes down, rather than you triggering him trying to eat you, the amount he spins and the direction he faces after he spins is always luck. So far Zelpiku, or
you're fine. It's funny.
So far Yuki is doing really well. Neither of them missed the coin that would make them exit the area, so that's good. If you're really good here, you can do a 2 cycle. I actually found the strat that he's doing right now. So nice, he got it. Getting that forward momentum to get to the last coin without going back into the plume that makes you go upwards Saves like 10 seconds because they used to have to go back into the plume upwards. And yeah, I found that probably like 9 months ago at this point, maybe even a year. But yeah, I didn't actually think it was RTA viable, but then Zelpiku Kirby, the world record holder, started doing it. Okay, and getting the shine here was really hard sometimes. He kind of missed it. You have to like kind of fall off of there onto a little lip that like boosts you up into the shine. Sometimes you miss it, which he did, so he had to ride the thing back upwards. So yeah, still pretty good Noki 3s. That is a very difficult level, so yeah. Noki is really hard in hoverless, by the way, in case that wasn't apparent.
Seeing a bit of a lead open up here now. We're about a 40-second lead, it's looking like.
Yeah, he saved that on Noki 1 probably, and a little bit on Noki 3. But yeah, so this is Eel. And as I said, there's a lot of luck here, so we might see the lead widen or get a little closer. So what they're going to try to do is they're going to figure out where the gold tooth is. So the way the eel works, there are 4 central teeth and then 4 outside teeth. The 4 outside teeth, 3 of them are like cavity filled and small, and 1 of them is gold. So you know where the gold tooth is judging by the direction the eel spins, actually, at first, which is luck. And he's going to spray the gold tooth first because it kind of messes up the cycle, and you want the eel to go down in this category. Normally, we save the gold tooth, or we use the gold tooth so that we can skip a cycle and prevent him from going down. But in hoverless, you want him to go down because you can clean the central teeth while he's down on the inside of his little hidey hole. So yeah, and it's kind of hard to see, but he got 3 teeth, and oh man, he's going for the risky strats. I think Yuki got it. Nice. Okay, so pretty much he's going to clean the gold tooth and 1 other tooth. Then the eel goes down and he cleans 3 of the 4 middle teeth. Then he has to go to where the 2 remaining cavity teeth are, because when he sprays 1 of them, it's going to go all the way down immediately. Then he cleans the last tooth and he cleans the last central tooth and the last cavity tooth. And honestly, beating the tooth while it goes down, or cleaning the last tooth while the eel is down, is really risky. Because 1, if you don't clean them all and the eel starts turning, you actually can't spray teeth from down there. So you just get stuck and you can't hover out. So you have to redo the level. Like you die.
Like you die.
Uh-oh. Oh my god. That was so close. Holy crap. So that's another problem. Normally, you clean the last tooth and the eel is up. And you spawn like above where the eel was. So it's no problem at all. But in hoverless, we actually clean the last tooth while he's down. Oh man, Zelpiku or Yuki messes up the piantissimo movement. But yeah, they both have a really good eel. That is really good because you can lose minutes on eel. I think in my hoverless race versus Cathalon, I lost like 1:30 on eel. It's crazy. But yeah, and Chan-nabe was very close to getting stuck. If he got stuck, it would have been like 2.5 minutes lost. Like, it's crazy. So yeah. What else was I saying? I guess I've explained enough about the eel.
We're moving on now. We're gone from the eel. We're past the eel.
Yeah. There's so much knowledge that goes into doing hoverless eel well. It's like definitely the biggest roadblock when learning this category. And we're coming up to some really cool stuff. So first we're going to see Noki 6, which is obviously known as a very scary level. And yeah, it looks like there's a 35-second lead. In Japan, they always try to get 25-25 on the timer, but they both missed.
They weren't accurate this time. I mean, they hit it last time. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the 19-19 and 30-30.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Yeah, man. So yeah, Noki 6 is known for being a very difficult secret. Honestly, also the hoverless movement to get to the shell is pretty difficult as well. So yeah. Also, I just realized there is like a very large crowd behind them. Sunshine is like so popular now. It's actually crazy.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it earlier. It has really just kind of exploded in popularity this year, which is, I don't want to say strange, because it's a great game and it's got beautiful movement and there's a lot of great categories in it.
Yeah.
But it is very interesting to see how a speedrun can kind of just explode all of a sudden out of nowhere, 15 years after the game's been released.
Yeah, I think a large part of that is that our Japanese community has gotten a lot stronger this year. But it's also just that more and more people are picking up this game because it's very easy to pick up. It's pretty and it has incredible movement that's really flashy and fun to watch.
Yeah.
So, they're both in the secret. This is obviously known for being a very hard secret. I don't think either of them are going to go for the fastest strats. Usually only like top 20 any percent runners do it, and there's just more important things to focus on in hoverless. So yeah, neither of them did the fastest strats, but it looks like Chan-nabe is going to make a trick called Pyro Kick. Shoutouts to Pyro Shade, and there it is. Oh my god, they're tied.
This
is nuts.
We have a race here. I mean, how many more shines are we looking at?
There's 49 shines and then Bowser in this cap, I think.
So we've got 17 shines left, and we are in a tie.
Yeah, and a really funny thing actually is that Chan-nabe actually has one less shine than Yuki, because Yuki did pin a 5 and Chan-nabe did pin a 5 skip. Wow, this race is crazy.
Oh, right there. Gaining some more time, Chan-nabe on the left. I mean, he was 40 seconds down about 3-4 minutes ago.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. This is Speed Gaming is the stream, right?
Yes.
Okay. I wanted to tweet out the stream because this race is really good. But yeah. So now they're both going to Serena. Serena is like probably, I don't know. Serena is really, really cool in this category. You're going to see this trick in Serena 4 that skips doing the casino. So it skips a ton of RNG, saves a ton of time, but it requires like, it's crazy the inputs you have to do for it. And just watching it might not do it justice, but it is just like an extremely precise like spin jump. Then you have like 1 or 2 frames to do a triple jump. And then you have to like hold back, and then you have to wall kick, and then hold back, and then hold forwards. It's crazy. It's like, it is a hard level. So yeah, and they're tied. This level is another example of RNG in Sunshine. This is in every category, but the Manta is going to. First of all, we go on the hut because it actually removes some of the RNG. It makes it more likely that the Manta goes in a desirable direction. But each Manta splits, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4 times, I think. And every time it splits, the direction the littler Mantas go is completely luck. So this level sucks.
Everywhere. Yeah.
It's a horrible level. And it looks like Yuki got really good luck here. Chan-nabe, not so much. The thing you look out for is how quickly they turn pink, or they turn like darker pink, because you want to kill all the not smallest ones first, because once they turn dark pink, they start chasing you. So they come towards you, which is important. For a casual, that's like scary, but for a speedrunner, that's what we want. Because otherwise they run away from you. So yeah. And they go into first person and look out towards the sun, because it stores that angle that they're facing for after the cutscene. Normally they would face towards the hotel, but they store that so they face towards the shine. Saves probably like 1 frame, but it looks cool. So yeah. Yeah, there's a good chance that that is the record holder.
We got about a 10-second difference after that heavy RNG area.
Yeah, which actually 10 seconds isn't all that bad. Like
yeah, I think we've seen so far in this race that can change in an instant.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah,
this is a very not forgiving category. So yeah, I'm actually kind of worried about. I would bet that they're gonna get like a 136 here. So I guess they won't be overestimate, but. But yeah, so this movement is like not particularly hard, and we do it in 8%. But messing it up, like Yuki just did, is really a lot more scary in this category because getting up there quickly without the hover nozzle is a lot harder, as you're seeing right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, and with that, Chan-nabe takes the lead back. While Yuki is struggling to get up there. This is what happens.
Get up.
Yeah, you miss the. Oh man, that was so lucky that hit the loading zone. Holy crap.
Well, he like caught the last pixel of the loading zone.
Yeah. Cool. But yeah, so if you fail that movement, it's like disastrous. You lose a ton of time usually, especially if you sprayed the one of the boos to turn them into a platform. So right there, what you saw Chan-nabe do, and if you missed it, hopefully Yuki will do it as well. That's called a momentum spin jump, where you abuse the mechanic where, I think it's a glitch, but it's in both Sunshine and SM64, where if you roll out, which is the thing you do after a dive to get back to your feet, if you roll out onto a slant, and it looks like Zelpiku isn't going for it, or Yuki, but you roll up on a slant, which makes Mario run really fast. And if you buffer your spin input so that you do a spin input and then you roll out and then you jump immediately, you actually keep that speed because your speed isn't capped in a spin jump. And you can actually like go much farther and much higher doing that, which is pretty sweet. So yeah, that strat saves a pretty decent amount of time, probably like 5 seconds at the end of that secret. And once again, Chan-nabe takes the lead, probably by like 10 seconds.
Yeah. Three lead changes in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, seriously. Okay, this level, you're supposed to like, use Yoshi to eat boos in the attic, or you can just use a banana.
A banana to eat Yoshi, or to eat boos.
Yeah, No, but really,
same difference.
You just use the banana to clip through here. And they both messed up the movement. Oh man, Yuki, what are you doing, man?
He is struggling with the totem pole right there.
Yeah. But yeah, if that really is Zelpiku, he hasn't been playing this game for like 6 months. So it's crazy that he's yeah. I should link Chan-nabe's I'm gonna really quick link Chan-nabe's Nico video if anyone wants that, because that's what you'll. Are we like allowed to do that actually? Actually, I'm not gonna do that.
I don't think you can do that.
Twitch. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're keeping it to Twitch here.
Yeah, both of these guys stream on Nico video, which is what I'll say.
But they should stream on Twitch, is what we're saying.
So this is Serena 4, and let's see if Chan-nabe gets it. Oh, so getting the out of a spin jump, if you jump right away, you get a triple jump, and getting the triple jump off that tiny little platform is like really hard. And not only do you have to get it, but you have to like fade to the right while you get it, so you can get more height before you hit the wall. And then you need to wall kick and hold towards the camera so you don't get like stuck in this little like lip thing. And then you have to hold away from the camera so that you can grab the ledge. So yeah, this is like a crazy hard trick. And fortunately failing it doesn't cost much time, but I've seen people lose like 20 minutes to this. Oh, and Chan-nabe almost got it, but he missed. Oh man, they're neck and neck again. Depends who's gonna get this first. This trick is hard. Oh, and Chan-nabe just misses it. So he got like stuck in the little lip there that I was just talking about. And Yuki is in there. This skips the casino, which saves like many minutes, so it's much better to do it. And there he goes, Chan-nabe got it. Normally with the hover nozzle, it's like a very easy thing to do, but without it, it's definitely pretty hard.
Each of these secrets is like you're on the edge of your seat because one misstep and it's.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a tied race.
Totally died.
That was announcer's jinx right there. It's commentator curse.
Yeah, but yeah, the thing that makes the secrets hard though is that there's no hover nozzle to save you if you like fall off, which is kind of funny because in this category, pretty much everything is like a secret. Like Noki 1, you don't die if you fall, but you lose a ton of time. So, as we saw. So yeah, I think Chan-nabe is gonna go for. Oh, he didn't get it. Okay. Normally we do another momentum spin jump at the end of this secret that saves a bunch of time. So. So we've already done every stage except for Rico. So the things that are important remaining are, there's King Boo, which they're both going into now, which is very luck heavy. And then there's a really hard clean the beach level, which is a lot harder on Japanese. And then there's some pretty tough stuff in Rico. So, and then Corona, like I think Chan-nabe's PB has like a 2-minute loss. Not his current PB, but his last PB had 2 minutes lost in Corona because it's like really hard in this category. So yeah. So to damage King Boo, they're going to need fruit. They throw a pepper at him and then another fruit at him. And this level is very RNG heavy. The best possible luck is you get a pepper, and between every cycle of fruit, you need one cycle of not fruit, which is like enemies or something. So they got a Zelpiku or Yuki got fruit first, which is good. So he's gonna wait until the enemies spawn on the second cycle, like he just did, so that he gets a cycle between the fruit cycles. So now he gets fruit again. If this wasn't fruit, it would be called an extra cycle, and each extra cycle loses like 8 seconds. And you can get infinite of them. Usually you get like 1 or 2. So yeah, this is like the last big RNG thing in Sunshine, and pretty much in any percent and in hoverless. So yeah.
So far, seems both are getting pretty decent RNG though.
Yeah, actually, Yuki got perfect luck here, which is pretty rare. I'd say there's like a 20% chance of perfect luck, and then like a 40% chance of 1 extra, and then like a 40% chance of 2 extra or more, something like that. I don't know. Chan-nabe, is it really? No, I think it's actually Chan-nabe, but I don't know. So let's see what Chan-nabe gets. Hopefully he gets fruit here. Okay, they both got really good luck here. I didn't see if Chan-nabe got any extra cycles.
It didn't look like he did. I think he was 3 and out as well. Although he can't pick up the pepper.
Yeah, so not only is it luck whether or not you get fruit, it's also luck where the peppers and everything spawn. So he lost some time to that second kind of RNG. But I think he might have gotten 1 extra cycle, judging by the time it took. Chan-nabe. Okay, and this level without the hover nozzle, it's not like really harder, but if something goes wrong, you can't like hover over goop, so it can be a bit of an issue. This level, actually, they're both using the Japanese version, so this isn't relevant, but it's kind of interesting. One thing that makes the Japanese version worse in this game is this level, because the Japanese version was released first, and in the Japanese version, there's a lot, you have to clean a lot more of the goop. In all the other versions, and I think they decided this after seeing how hard this was on the Japanese version. you have to clean like 99% of the goop, and in addition to that, there's invisible goop that spawns that you like can't see. So you sometimes you like won't see any goop, and it'll still not be done cleaning, which really sucks when that happens. So yeah, and on the other versions, you only need like 95% of the goop, and you don't need, and there's no invisible goop to worry about. So that's kind of interesting because without this level, Japanese would definitely be the fastest for every category. Well,
yeah, that you set that one up, man. I gotta admit, you set him up. You set him up in chat for that one.
But yeah, it looks like Chan-nabe got a 2:14, so he saved 7 seconds on Yuki there, which is pretty cool. There's a new quick kill on the Shadow Mario that people are doing in any percent, but I guess it's a lot harder in hoverless because we can't hover slide, so we can't get the jump on him as easily. So I'm assuming neither of them will go for it. So now they're gonna go to the last stage. Oh no, they have to finish Bianco and then they go to Rico. Okay. There's just Rico left, right? Yeah, okay. So he's gonna do Bianco 6, which is actually one of the harder secrets if he does the new strats. Without the new strats though, it's not too bad. But yeah, in hoverless, you kind of have to like go into the goop water, which is not a fun thing. Ooh, he does that little momentum strat. Okay, there is no doubt that that's Zelpiku. He's literally the only person who does that.
Again,
RTA.
that was speculation, just for the record. Again.
Yeah. RTA stands for real-time attack. When we say speedrunning in Japan, they often say RTA. Don't die! Oh no. My god! Oh man! That was very, very close. That's nuts. So yeah, he's just doing. Ooh, he messed up. This is bad. This entire level is based on a cycle. So if you mess up at the front, or like on the first section, the section after riding this block upwards is very different from what you're used to. So yeah, almost pulled the B-boy. In my SGDQ hoverless race, I actually died trying to get to that secret. I like somehow bonked on something I didn't think I would bonk on and fell down into the water and like couldn't get back up. I lost like a minute and a half from it too. It was really bad. I got bodied in that race, man.
Hey, you had a great run at SGDQ though, man. And speaking of, I mean, we're all looking forward to the 4-way race at AGDQ.
Oh yeah, I guess now would be an okay time to advertise that.
Yeah.
So at AGDQ, which is Awesome Games Done Quick, I'll link the stream.
It's on Twitch, twitch.tv/Games Done Quick.
Yeah. So Games Done Quick is a charity marathon for Prevent Cancer Foundation, I think.
Yes,
for
sir.
AGDQ. And it starts in January 8th and goes until the 15th. And on January 10th, there's actually a Sunshine Any% race between me, Average Trey, Pangea Panga, and Valu 111. So yeah, it should be a really good race. We're pretty close in skill and everything, and yeah, it's definitely the highest level race you'll ever see at Q, at least in the near future, because it's very rare that we can get 4 runners that good. So
yeah, it's exciting. Yeah, that's an exciting night too on the schedule. I mean, it's like the night of races.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was actually, they were planning on like giving Sunshine a break. Like it was pretty obvious that they were going to give Sunshine a break. But we submitted this like crazy good Sunshine race. It was, how could they say no? Which is sick. So this is, they're in Rico now. And this is the last stage they're going to do. Rico has some pretty neat movement. The Rico 1 and Rico 2 are pretty similar to what you'll see in 80%. I don't think either of them will do blooperless on Rico 2 because it's really hard to save time with that without the hover nozzle. Though they might do it to look cool. But Rico 3 is very different. They actually use the rocket nozzle in Rico 3, which is the cage thing. Yeah, you'll see when we get there. Normally we do it with the hover nozzle. They use the rocket nozzle instead. And then there's a really hard strat on that saves 5 seconds, and I actually think that Yuki will probably go for it because he does it in runs normally. I don't know about Chan-nabe. Chan-nabe usually plays a little safer, and that strat is like once again, you need like a first frame triple jump dive at like the perfect spot. It's really, really hard. So yeah. What's coming up after?
Right after this, we got Pokemon Snap 100%, which I got to be honest is one of my favorite runs. Yes, it's awesome.
Oh, cool.
It's so good.
That's neat. Do you know who's running that?
Kodo is running it. A runner named Kodo.
Oh, okay.
Is running Pokemon Snap 100%. I'm not quite sure what 100% includes in that category. It's got a half-hour estimate. We did a Pokemon Snap race at Californiathon last year, so I actually kind of really dig the run. It's a really fun run. You know, it's very fun. It's got Pepsi Man like qualities to the run, I would say. Yeah, but then I mean after that we got Super Castlevania 4, we got Mega Man 5, Kirby Nightmare Dreamland, and then Kirby Superstar Race to close us out. So
yeah, we're pretty close to the end.
Yeah, a lot of great runs left though. This has been a really fun marathon, I have to say, and full of surprises. There's just been a lot of things that have kind of like blown my mind. Like me and Sinister yesterday saw the ace for Super Dodgeball, or no, sorry, Battle Dodgeball, not Super Dodgeball. I want to make sure I get that right. We didn't see one dodgeball get thrown that whole time. It was interesting, that's for sure.
Yeah. I have to say I am very excited to see the success of this event. I don't know how many viewers this stream has, but the regular stream has 2,000 viewers, and those are people who mostly watch on Nico videos. So seeing them come over to Twitch is really good. Mm-hmm. And in addition to that, it's just really cool to see Japan do a live event.
Yes.
And to get this kind of support, hopefully it happens again.
Yes.
Oh, this stream has 6,000. Wow. I thought it had less. Yeah, that is really amazing. I think that this event has certainly been a success, and hopefully they'll do one again.
Yeah, I'm very honored. I'm very excited to have been a part of this first one. And honored. You know, I think I can speak for everybody that's commentated on the restream and has hosted so far. Like this has been really fun, and it's I mean, man, this is what speedrunning's all about, like getting communities together and learning from each other. And oh no.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, no. So they're actually both going for this strat. This is not an easy strat. It's actually like extremely difficult. And if you miss it, you fall all the way down and lose like 20 seconds.
Oh man.
And the strat only saves 5 seconds. So yeah. And Chan-nabe got it first try. It looks like dude,
Yuki just hit the fish, yeah.
What was with that fish? So yeah, Yuki's doing this like weird backup strat. He got it. But yeah,
another lead change.
That's a scary level. Yeah, another lead change.
Yeah.
That's like we've seen so many of those.
Yeah. I think that's the 7th lead change at this point.
And yeah, normally we would just like go to the crane and hover to the bottom of this, which is hard when you're starting out, but it's just like a super easy level. But in hoverless, it's actually a really hard level, especially if you go for the fastest strats. And it's right at the end of the run too, so very nerve-wracking. And then they're gonna do Rico 4, which is another nerve-wracking secret. It's generally not considered all that hard, but in my opinion, it's harder than Noki 6 to do optimally. It's just not considered as scary because it's earlier in the run. So yeah, it's hopefully they can
stay
I'm
clean.
almost hoping there's another lead change.
I kind of
don't want to see Chan-nabe die, so I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of hoping for an early secret death there by Chan-nabe, just so we could get right on the tide point again. Because I mean, we're heading into the end of this run.
Yeah. So Chan-nabe does some sort of safe strats there. Those were the strats until like a year ago, when Sided Williams and Pyroshade made strats to make a faster cycle. And it looks like they're both playing it a little safe on this level. That's understandable. At the end of a run, this level is really scary. I've lost world record to this level like 5 times probably. And I've also lost it to Rico 3 a million times, so.
Ooh.
Oh man.
Barely held on.
Yeah. So all that's left, Rico 5, 6, and 7 are all pretty easy. And then they're going to go to Corona, but Corona is extremely hard. It's like... Yeah. Yuki is a madman, yeah. He's really good. He spam sprays from up high there, which is the shotgun spray, because it allows you to hit the face of the blooper earlier. So he attacks you sooner, and you can grab his nose a little quicker. Nindita, actually, who's the best any % runner, he actually does that spam spray like right away as soon as he hits it, which is a little bit inconsistent, but you got to go for all the time saves when you're going for a time that good. Looks like they both have a pretty good Rico 5. You'll notice that they actually did different movement for this level. The sewer movement is a lot safer. It costs 1 second to do. So Chan-nabe did the safer movement, and Yuki did the risky movement. Yeah, it's hard to say, but, you know. So... Rico 6 is the same in any % and in hoverless, pretty much. And Rico 7 is also... I use the hover nozzle in both of these in any %, but like losing it, or not using the hover nozzle loses like frames, probably. So, no big deal. There's actually 2 routes on this level. I'm expecting that they both do the slower route, but yeah, Chan-nabe's doing the slower route. We'll see about Yuki. Maybe Yuki will do the fast route. The fast route was, I think the first person to do it was Samurai Man. I don't know if you found it, but it saves a second. And it's literally the same thing, just backwards. Ooh, and Chan-nabe misses a coin. That's a little scary when you miss a coin here. He kind of safely gets it. Normally, when you miss a coin in an any % run, you try to get back to it quickly. Yeah, they're both doing the safe route. That kind of sinks. But...
Does the squid choice matter?
The reason they use the green blooper is actually because all of the squids are exactly the same speed if you hold up on the control stick. Mm-hmm. But the green one has the best handling. And if you miss a coin, as he did, that's pretty nice. And then on top of that, if you let go of the control stick when you run into a wall, you don't die on the green blooper, but you will die on the yellow or purple one. So yeah, Yuki actually made up like 10 seconds there. So this is a pretty good. This is a pretty good race still. And actually, Yuki, if my suspicion is correct, does really fast strats in Corona that will probably save 5 seconds over what Chan-nabe does. If Chan-nabe does them, I think it's possible that... Or if Yuki does them. I think it's possible he'll play it safe, though, after walking on Gelato 1. I think that was actually really smart of him. It's really easy to get into a mode of dying a bunch in this game. This game is a lot harder than a lot of people think. It's like, just because there are so many people who are good at it, it's easy to think like, oh, that movement's not that hard. But the secrets especially are really, really hard for most runners. So yeah, once you beat episode 7 in each of the worlds, this cutscene starts, and that's how we unlock Corona. People ask all the time if you can clip into Corona, and you can, but there's no loading zone there, so it's impossible to get to Corona early. So yeah, and Chan-nabe is ahead, and he has 1 less shine, but that's because he did a skip for pin of 5. Oh, and he dies, and they're tied.
Oh my gosh!
Man.
We are right at the end.
Oh man, this is nuts. So yeah, this level is not easy.
We're looking at about 3 seconds. Again. Oh no!
He hit the spikes. He went a little early. I would not be surprised if they both died like a few more times here. I would be very impressed if they don't die. But Yuki is very good at this level, so.
Yuki holding on there.
Yeah. Without the hover nozzle, this level is pretty spooky. Oh! Holy crap!
Wow.
That save is nuts.
Wow.
I can't believe it. Oh man. And then
he misses. You have got to be kidding me.
So those fire platforms, you can't just like spray a certain spot. You can't like just spray anywhere on it. You have to spray like certain spots. And he missed that spot, and that's why the fire didn't go out.
Oh,
that's such a shame because that save was incredible. I can't believe he got that save.
You could see him in the air too, like please, please. Oh man,
Chan-nabe makes it. Oh man, and Yuki dies. I told you guys, Corona. That's where you separate the men from the boys. And oh man.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
If you crash the boat in this, you can't use the hover nozzles, so you can't do the backup.
Oh,
I can't believe this.
My gosh.
So Yuki is ahead by a tiny bit. This race is incredible. But yeah. I mean, people are like fail fishing, but like you do not realize how hard this level is.
How difficult it is, yeah.
Like just that spin jump that Chan-nabe just did to get to the platform with the blue coin. That spin jump alone, like the best runners are pretty inconsistent at it. It's really hard. All right, he's to the boat. They shouldn't mess up speedboat. Like the boat is honestly not that hard.
We've already seen it once.
Yeah, but yeah, in hoverless, because it's so you can't back up. Like normally we can do a backup if you mess up, but in hoverless you can't. So it's like extra nerve-wracking.
Oh no!
Oh my god!
No. What was the decision on that?
I don't know why he didn't do a spin jump. I'm pretty sure he was playing any percent, because in any percent we spray and then we hover to what we sprayed and then dive onto it. I can't believe that though. It's crazy.
Oh,
hoverless Corona is the scariest late game thing in Sunshine. Nogi 6 doesn't have anything on hoverless Corona.
This looks like what my GDQ run's gonna look like. lots of deaths at the end.
Yeah. All right. Oh man.
Oh my gosh. This is.
Oh my god.
I mean, did they plan this?
I don't think so. I think they would have planned to die a little less than this if they did plan.
Okay.
Oh man, and Chan-nabe did it. Oh my.
Get in there.
So Chan-nabe is gonna do a little rocket buffer strat. You should watch his stream on the left. It's pretty neat. Just like the thing they did with the turbo nozzle, they do it with the rocket nozzle. Oh man, and he didn't switch nozzles. But he cancels 2 rockets and then he shoots upwards and it skips all the clouds. Saves like 8 or 9 seconds over not doing that. All right, Yuki is about to finish. Underestimate, barely, but he did it. Wow.
Wow. I mean, that was close.
This was such an incredible race. Oh my god.
That is fair,
I'm
Steve.
amazed.
Wow. That ending was.
Yeah, I can't believe it. I actually can't believe they died that much, but I'm glad they did because that was extremely exciting.
Yeah, that was the most exciting spaghetti dinner I've ever had. Like that was tons of fun.
Spaghetti dinner. But yeah, Flood was shooting spaghetti instead of water. But yeah. Oh my god, the rocket. That was sick. So yeah, I guess closing out, I'm Bouncy Boy, and the host was Grand Pooh Bear.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, these runners were Chan-nabe and Yuki, who I'm not gonna say for sure, but I'm pretty sure that's the record holder. So yeah, that was an incredible run, and shout outs to RTA in Japan. I really hope this event happens again because it's been a very, very good event. It's cool to see Japan doing some live stuff too.
Yeah, it is really great to see the communities coming together and seeing like it's just a lot of fun to see all these other runners that a lot of times we don't even know about. I guess in your case though, you knew these guys, you knew what they were about. So
yeah,
yeah,
and yeah, these both of these runners actually, they're the top 2 runners, which is kind of funny because we've had a GDQ race before and it was between the top 2 runners, but then both of these runners beat both me and Cathalon, who were the top 2 at the time. So yeah.
Hey, well, thank you, Bouncy Boy, right there.